guys, Josh here. After we had those crazy winds in Sacramento last week, I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about how can I keep myself and my house safe in a high wind environment. So first of all, let's talk about what is high wind. Well, those winds we had last week in Sacramento Tuesday night got up to about 70 miles an hour, 65, 66 miles an hour, and that is enough to cause some damage. So 70 to 80 miles an hour is typically where we start seeing some major structural damage, which we did. Trees down, fences down, things like that. 90 and above is when we start seeing a lot of damage. Houses are destroyed. 110 is movie territory, when cars start getting picked up and spun around. Luckily, we probably, knock on wood, don't have to deal with that. But we do get enough wind and enough scary wind to make sure that you know how to take care of yourself and your house when that happens. So when we get a high wind advisory, there's some things you can do kind of inside the house, some things you can do beforehand even, and then some things you can do outside of your house. So first thing to do beforehand is look at your insurance policy, make sure you understand it, make sure you have wind coverage. Usually you will, but not all insurance policies are created equal. So if you don't understand it or if you don't have coverage, talk to your insurance agent. That's number one. Then just kind of logistically unplug electrical devices. I actually didn't know this. My wife shared this with me last week. But having a bunch of stuff plugged in can make it harder for the power to come back on if it's gone off. And it can also lead to a power surge. So unplug those electrical devices. You can also get storm shutters. That may be a little overkill for Sacramento, but I don't know. You can get some storm shutters for your glass doors and your windows. You can also reinforce your exterior doors. There's quite a few ways to do that. Look it up on YouTube. You can even reinforce your garage door because those take a lot of force from the wind. Also, make sure your roof is in good shape. But basically, after every windstorm, you should make sure your roof is still secured. And there's some even things above just having a roof in good shape that you can do, that you can look up to make sure it's as secure as possible in a high wind environment. And then kind of further away from your house, you want to make sure your trees are trimmed. Any trees in the general vicinity, make sure they're trimmed, cut back away from your house. If there's dead limbs, if there's broken limbs, if there's dead trees, you definitely want to make sure all of that is as away from your house as possible and cleaned up. And then you want to secure any loose objects, dog houses, trash cans, basketball stands. After Tuesday night, Monday morning, I walked through my neighborhood and one of my neighbors actually had a basketball stand on his car, so that will happen. Outdoor furniture, you want to make sure all of that is secured, put away, and safe. And then kind of bigger structures, so sheds, canopies, things like that, and make sure it's clean and safe and put away. So pay attention, be safe, and most importantly, be kind to one another. Be nice to your neighbors. Remember, they were also laying in bed awake at 3 a.m., listening to the crazy tempest outside. They also got a bad night's sleep, and they also are afraid for their house. So be kind to one another. See you next time.